Mansa Musa, a powerful ruler from the Mali Empire, became incredibly rich by controlling the trade in salt and gold from different regions. Mali had a lot of gold stored over many years, and it's thought they traded other things like ivory, spices, and more. Musa took a special trip to Mecca in 1324, bringing lots of gold and gifts, which amazed people and even affected the value of gold in Egypt. He made Mali bigger by adding new cities and wanted to connect with other Muslim places. He also helped make Timbuktu a center of learning and did many building projects. Musa's time as ruler is seen as the best period for Mali's strength and importance. And this is his life story. The Mali Empire was a big and rich kingdom in West Africa from 1240 to 1645. It was started by Sundiata Keita, also known as Sunjata. The main city was Niani, and a really important trading city was Timbuktu, close to the river Niger. They got a lot of money from trading things like salt from the north, gold and ivory from the south. They were like a middle point for trading between different places. The empire got really big, including places like Ghana, Walata, Tadmika, and Songhai. They even reached the Atlantic coast. Mansa Musa took the throne in 1312 and inherited a Mali kingdom that was already prosperous and well established. He held his leadership position until 1337. The title Mansa was a significant one in Mali, signifying the role of a king. Musa was closely related to the empire's founder, Sundiata Keita, being his grandnephew. Mansa Musa's rise to power was quite interesting. Before him, Mansa Abu Bakr II was the ruler. Abu Bakr II had an adventurous spirit and set out on a daring expedition with a large fleet of ships into the Atlantic Ocean, but he never returned. This unexpected absence led to Mansa Musa taking the reins of leadership. While Abu Bakr Seku's exploratory journey ended mysteriously, Mali gained an exceptional ruler in Mansa Musa, who would later be recognized as one of the most remarkable leaders in the history of Africa. Mansa Musa had an impressive military force at his command, consisting of around 100,000 soldiers. Among these were 10,000 armored cavalry members, which showcased the advanced and organized nature of his forces. With the strategic expertise of his talented general, Saran Mandian, Mansa Musa was able to expand and maintain Mali's vast empire. This expansion doubled the empire's territorial reach, making it second in size only to the Mongol Empire during that era. Mali's control extended across various regions. In the west, they held authority over lands near the Gambia and Senegal rivers. Moving northward, they exerted their influence over tribes along the extensive Western Sahara border. In the east, their reach extended up to the Gao region along the Niger River. To the south, Mali oversaw the Bure region and the forested areas that eventually became known as the Gold Coast. Interestingly, the Gold Coast region had a unique arrangement. It was granted a degree of autonomy because it was observed that when the local population had more freedom, they were more productive in terms of gold production. This flexible approach to governance highlighted the practicality of adapting leadership strategies to suit specific conditions. It's worth noting that despite the remarkable extent of their territories and control under Mansa Musa's rule, the Mali Empire would not achieve the same scale of territorial control or access to natural resources under subsequent rulers. Mansa Musa, a ruler of the Mali Empire, embarked on a significant pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324. This journey was a religious obligation for devout Muslims, and it also showcased the power and wealth of his kingdom. As he traveled through Cairo on his way to Mecca, the city was taken by surprise. His camel caravan, which had traversed the vast Sahara Desert, was laden with an astonishing amount of riches. Imagine this. Each of his 100 camels carried around 300 pounds of gold dust, and he had 500 slaves carrying gold staffs. Not only that, but there were numerous other camels carrying food and textiles, horse riders displaying the king's banners, and a massive entourage of tens of thousands of servants and officials. This was an opulent display that amazed everyone who saw it. Mansa Musa's generosity and spending during his stay in Cairo were equally impressive. He gave away so much gold and spent so lavishly that the value of gold dropped by a staggering 20%. Local Egyptian merchants took full advantage of the situation, raising their prices to capitalize on the influx of wealthy visitors. They happily relieved the travelers of their gold. Even though the Sultan of Egypt treated him with respect in most ways, he asked Mansa Musa to kneel and kiss the ground in homage, which was a somewhat degrading gesture. But aside from this, Mansa Musa was treated as the royal figure he was. He was given a palace for his 3-month stay, and his presence was celebrated wherever he went. The impact of Mansa Musa's journey extended beyond the region. News of his visit reached Europe, and it sparked the creation of a detailed map of West Africa in Spain. This map, known as the Catalan Atlas, depicted Mansa Musa sitting regally on a throne, adorned with a gold crown, and holding a large golden staff and nugget. This imagery of gold further inspired European explorers to embark on perilous journeys in search of the legendary riches of Timbuktu. Upon leaving Cairo, Mansa Musa continued his travels to Arabia, where he invested in land and houses to accommodate future pilgrims from Mali. He was deeply influenced by the holy sites he encountered and brought these inspirations back to Mali. He built remarkable structures, including a dazzling audience chamber in Niani and significant mosques in Gao and Timbuktu. Mansa Musa was passionate about education and Islamic learning. He brought back books and scholars from his pilgrimage, fostering an atmosphere of learning in his kingdom. Timbuktu, in particular, became a renowned center for culture and religious study. This city, with its mosques, universities, and schools, earned a reputation not only as the spiritual heart of Western Africa, but also as a globally recognized hub of knowledge. To strengthen these educational ties, Mansa Musa sent native scholars to Morocco to learn and then return as teachers in Mali. These connections facilitated diplomatic relationships with Arab states and encouraged trade and investment in Mali. Egyptian traders and others sought opportunities to engage in the lucrative trade routes of West Africa, establishing economic connections that benefited both sides. Mansa Musa's son, Mansa Magan I, followed him as ruler for 4 years, and then his brother, Mansa Sulayman, took over. Although Magan's short reign and Sulayman's ascension might seem suspicious, there's no solid proof of foul play. Sulayman carried on promoting Islam like his brother, and the Mali Empire flourished for about another century before new trade routes emerged through Portuguese exploration. They found more gold and got to the West African coast, ending Mali's trade monopoly by the mid-15th century. The Mali rulers also had internal fights, causing civil wars. This made the Tuareg and later the growing Songhai kingdom, led by King Suni Ali, capture most of Mali's lands by the 1460s.